hate how this arm just like moves.
You hate how this arm just moves?
The chair
Oh, the chair?
of the couch, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't sleep on this couch anymore.
I sleep on that side.
You sleep on this side?
Sometimes.
Why?
Because I get tired. Duh.
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 Are you that guy?
For real.
For real?
For real, for real.
That's a quarter. That's a quarter right there. Why not see you?
Hmm? Oh my god, I hate theater kids. Please stop texting me on the weekend.
Aren't you a theater kid though?
I hate actors.
You hate actors?
They just like randomly text you things about theater on the weekend and it pisses me off.
But isn't that your whole like
Don't get it.
shindig?
What?
Isn't that like what
No,
you
like
do,
some
though?
dude just texted the whole entire group me, like our theater, his theater class, I'm not even in that class, and was like, I'm babysitting toddlers this Sunday and Marshmallow World just came on, kill me, because they did it for the Showa parade. They did a little dancey dance to Marshmallow World. I was like,
a
no,
little what?
don't get it. The little dancey dance.
A little dancey
A
dance?
little dancey dance
Don't want to ask why or no?
for the Showa parade.
Yeah.
Because.
Because why?
They like us. I don't fucking know.
You don't know.
I'm allowed to curse, right?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I just edit it out later. It's been.
It's gonna be like the entirety of all I say.
Like, Maya. You're gonna go back and watch it and be like, man, he had to cut out a lot. He had to cut something, I don't know.
I'm gonna make it hard for you.
You're gonna make it difficult for me.
Very difficult.
Very difficult. I see.
Loser.
How difficult are you gonna make it for me to edit this? On a scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 7.
A 7?
Not too difficult, but still pretty difficult.
If you were to guess how long it took me to edit my last video, how long would you say?
I don't know.
The last video that I made.
I don't know.
What would you guess?
Like 10 minutes.
No.
That would be so funny.
Like half an octane video?
Oh.
It took me to record it like a month ago and didn't start working on it until like 2 weeks ago.
Damn.
Actually, it took me 3 weeks to edit that video.
For real. Get it, I guess.
Because it was a huge pain. You don't understand. You're an audio technician.
What?
I said, me don't understand. You're an audio technician. You can do this.
Yeah, but you can as well. You're gonna have your guest do it for you?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
I'll pass.
Your past. Why not? Why not help a homie out?
Nothing.
You said no.
No.
Weapons of Madden needs
No,
help.
because I have to go. I have to go to my school after this. Like, actually do audio technician
You
shit.
actually have to go to school as well?
Yeah.
On a Sunday?
For real.
Why on a Sunday?
Because there's a rental. I get money for it.
Oh, you get money for going there now?
Because we have people that rent out our auditorium, and they also have us ticket for them. And we get paid like 10 an hour. But
You get paid $10 an hour.
we have some other place that's
Oh wait, so
in love with Jesus or something that pays like $12, $15 an hour.
you mean church?
Yeah. CDA, Coming Dance Academy, but they love Jesus.
You're like, oh yeah.
Not really. But like our high school technician that usually works it got paid $12 an hour, and then one of the people that like just graduated came back to work it, and she got paid $15.
Wait, so you guys go to the school or to church?
To our school.
To your school?
Yeah, they rented our auditorium.
And you get paid for that? What are they doing?
Putting on a show.
The church?
Yeah. They like bring in their whole entire set and just like dance. It's fucking stupid. It's so bad.
That would help. Okay.
We don't even get like the fuck.
It's gonna be fun to go back and try and resync. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Okay, welcome to the first podcast of Uncut Stories. I'm joined by
Maya Cohen. Sorry, my leg fell asleep. My bad.
You're bad.
My fault.
Okay.
OG.
We're gonna start off with one of our common interests first, which is Taekwondo. So.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, she's been doing it forever.
12 years.
12 years.
Almost 13.
How does it feel that you've been doing martial arts longer than some of these kids have existed on this earth?
It's so weird because I'm not old. I'm literally almost 17, but it just makes me feel old, even though I'm not. Doesn't make any sense.
It does.
Okay. Trust.
You know when you like first started doing it, you're like, okay, I've been doing it for 5 years, and yet some of the kids are like 5. You're like, okay, that's understandable. And now that you're like, you're almost 17, and you've also been doing it for 13 years. For too long. And then you're like, at some point, your career or how long you've been training is going to be like 18.
For real.
And then 21. And you can be like, the amount of time I've been doing it, I could have had a kid that can now drink. That's weird.
What the fuck? No, but it's also weird like having kids think you're super old when you're not. I have kids that will tell me that I look like I'm in my 30s, and then all the adults are like, you look like you're 12. I'm like, what the choose one.
It's a vast difference. What was it? One day before class started, I asked a kid, you asked a kid, how old do you think Mr. Robinson is?
Yeah.
And I think the kid said 40. I was like, are you serious?
It was so funny.
I still get ID'd almost everywhere I go.
For real?
Yeah.
Hello.
And it kind of annoys me. Sometimes.
I mean, but isn't that a good thing though? Like, you look young.
No.
But like, when you're older, it'll be nice.
Oh yeah, because my mom still gets ID'd every once in a while. But what has been one of the craziest stories that's happened here at the school? Because I know back at the first school that I worked at, we did so many stupid. It's a ghost.
I feel like I have a lot, but like all of them are kind of minor. The most vivid was when Mr. Villier had to hold down Sebastian so he didn't hit a kid.
Oh yeah.
And during a summer camp, one of the kids was like just trying to hit people and was being
Oh no, he was being
stupid.
He was being a true that he could.
For real.
Like, you would think that like the kids would be like, okay, whatever. Nah, he chose violence. He woke up and chose violence that day.
No, because then we had to like, he sat down in the office with Master Bell or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And called me a bitch to his face. I was like, what?
What?
Why are you telling that to my boss? What are you doing?
Miss
You're a
Cohen's being
literal
so
child.
mean. Miss Cohen's being so mean to me. I'm gonna call her the B word.
Oh my god. No, he like pulled me aside afterwards. That's when he was like, just so you know,
Sebastian
He
thinks
called
that,
you the B word. I was like,
Sebastian
oh, okay.
thinks that you were a imagined child. Like, I don't think any child has said anything. Actually, no. I think I've been before.
Oh, well.
That's about it.
At least call me a bitch to my face, man. Like,
That way I can throw hands of a
Just
7-year-old.
whatever.
Okay. Another common interest is music. So, actually, let's backtrack. How did you get into martial arts?
Ooh, my parents.
Your
I
parents-
was literally 4 years old. I didn't have a choice. They were
You
just like,
have
"Here
to
you
go into martial
I was
arts
like,
now.
oh, okay.
You were forced to do this.
Well, they enrolled me with my brother at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
And then my brother just quit. So,
What a loser.
for real.
And then
He refuses to admit that I could beat him in a fight still. And
I
then
think
he
you
tries to
could.
fight me and I win. And he's like, no. Mm-mm.
You know, there's one good thing about short people. Is that you can hit the knees.
Yeah.
You can go for the knees easier.
For real.
That's what I do. Whenever I walk into somewhere, like a bar or gym or whatever, I look at the tallest guy in there. I'm like, I may be shorter than you, but I can hit you in the kneecaps.
For real.
And then you'll be crippled forever. That's what I do, at least. I don't know. I pick fights with, like, I make fights up in my head whenever I go places.
Okay.
It's just one of my pastimes. Okay, now second interest is music. How did you start doing music?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. According to my mother, I just never stopped singing ever. But like in elementary school, we had like a little music class. Hey. Sorry.
Just a, hey.
And they taught us how to read music. And I knew where middle C was on the piano, and so I ended up teaching myself piano at a young age. But
Can you read, like, musical? I can't still.
that sounds like a you problem.
It is a me problem.
It's really not that hard. I mean, sometimes I have to like count my way up because I don't remember which one is which. But, you know.
I started to, like, hear notes better, like, during, like, you know when you listen to songs?
Like
and
ear training?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I've gotten better at that because whenever I hear a song, like, in the car,
Yeah.
I can, like, pick up what note it is now. Like, close to it.
I do that sometimes. I
It's
only
like-
do that when I'm like trying to learn a song though. I don't really pay attention to it that much when I'm just listening to it.
Oh, no, there's some songs I pay
Sorry.
extreme attention to, and I'll be like, okay, that's an E. Okay, that's an A.
There's like songs that I'll listen to that I really like that I'm really tempted to do a cover of, and that's when I'll start paying attention to it.
Like what?
Like there's a song.
Is it a K-pop song? It's a K.
Technically,
It's a K-pop song.
it's in Korean, but it's a little ballad, and the singer goes rather high. So I was like, I don't know if I can hit that note, and so I tried to figure out the note. And whatever, I can.
How did you figure out? Because you can sing, I figured that your mom would take you to like Hollywood or something like that.
Fun fact: when I was younger, I was like dead set on going on American Idol.
We're gonna make you a Disney Channel star. Because that's how dinner.
Because I think when you like first get into music or some type of performing art, you want to like be famous with it and like make a lot of money off of it. But I think once you just get used to it and it's like a part of your daily life, it's just kind of like I want to do this just to do this.
Just to do this.
Or there's like a specific reason I want to make music.
Is that why you think some of the Disney Channel stars or whatever? Cause
Well, I feel like a lot of Disney stars used their platform to make music. Does that make any sense? Like, there's a lot
who's the most
there's a
recent
lot of celebrities that will like
because
they already have a platform and then start doing something else.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Sorry, there's a blister on my finger.
It's from punching a kid in the face.
For real. Anyways. But yeah. I don't know.
Because she sings at all the tournaments.
I do.
And
American and Korean national anthems.
here singing the national anthem is Miss Maya Cohen. Also singing the other one is also
The other one. LOL.
is also Miss Maya Cohen.
For real, for real.
What else? Okay. Oh, we're gonna get to the mental, not mental, the
Slay.
deep questions.
Oh.
Deep questions.
So sudden.
So sudden. For deep questions,
Yeah.
I already know the first question because I've been asking every single stranger I meet on the street lately.
Stranger.
Yeah. I talk
That's
to
scary.
strangers all the time.
That's very dangerous of you. Very
It is.
dangerous of you?
English?
It's just very dangerous.
I ask
My
them
bad.
who hurt them. No. Okay.
Myself. Sorry.
Of course. Of course. Okay. What was the most...
Is your phone broken?
Yes. It happened the other day.
No.
Actually, it happened yesterday.
What did you do?
I sat on it. So for the past, like, couple months, there would be the green line on it. And, like, just the green one. And so Vipul the other day pointed out, I was like, yeah, it's been there for months. He goes, you're not going to get a new one? I'm like, no. Like, I already tried to get an upgrade.
Bruh.
And then yesterday, I sat on my phone because I put it in my back pocket. And the LCD screen, like, the underneath it, just decided, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm coming on all the time. Because before, it wasn't that noticeable. Like, I could still use my phone. And now it's like that.
Get it, I guess.
So I'm going to go to Apple today.
As you should.
Here, fix my phone. Fix my phone that you broke.
You. Okay.
I
Sure.
didn't break it.
Trust.
That's another quarter. That's another quarter.
Anyways.
Okay. What was the most painful thing that you have felt that wasn't physical pain? Ooh, there's a lot. She's scrolling through the list of things that she can say.
No, I fully am. See, my thing is that a lot of the things that have happened to me have been at a younger age than most. And I have, like, fully just cut out my entire childhood memory, essentially. I don't remember majority of my childhood. So there's, like, a limited amount of things I can say. Because, like, my parents getting divorced didn't really matter that much to me. And people tend to think that will be the answer. That doesn't really matter. I think...
You feel like your parents getting divorced was actually better in the long term than...
Yes and no. Like, it was good for them. The people that they ended up with, I still don't like. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, to be honest, I think my answer might be my grandpa, because he has Alzheimer's.
Oh.
He's still alive. However, I had to watch his process of slowly not remembering who I am.
That's gotta be painful.
Yeah.
Because I just listened to a song. By the way, it's by Wit Lau.
I don't know.
It's a rapper that I used to listen to like all the time, and like another like upcoming, or I say upcoming, but like he has his music, and I'm like I did not expect these two to comment about like his grandpa having Alzheimer's and like him slowly losing the memory of him, and how Wit is just like wish that he could have done more.
Yeah. There was a time, maybe sophomore year, where I was still in musical theater, and we had a day where like we had to do monologues, and there was this one dude that came up to do his monologue, and he grabbed the chair and he sat down and he just started like talking as if someone were in front of him, and it was like essentially begging for a family member to remember who he was. And so he was like literally sat directly in front of me, and I was like literally about to bawl in the middle of the class. It was so bad. And then afterwards he came up to me and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No."
You're like, "No." I'm gonna go cry now. Not acting crying, actual crying.
Anyways, that's my answer.
It's actually sad.
It is rather sad.
Someone said a breakup
Oh.
Someone also said...
Get over yourself. sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'll stop talking.
Also, that was my answer as well.
I'm also just not good at...
Human connection.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, doesn't she look like Wednesday?
It's literally just the bangs.
I've been teasing her all...
I'm pale and I have bangs, and that's the only reason why.
Yes. So if you get a tan and you cut your bangs, then you won't be as...
Sorry.
Whatever.
I get distracted easily.
Squirrel.
Harry Potter. Oh. Sorry. The thing says Harry Potter on it. Doesn't it?
Huh?
The car, not you. There's a car with the thing on. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
It does say Harry Potter on it.
I can't see that far. I need new glasses.
It did say Harry Potter. No, it's talking about food.
What the fuck? Anyways.
We're looking at one of those car with signs on top.
Mhm. You got it.
Oh, another question is, when have you felt the most alive?
Never.
Never? Someone said skydiving, so I felt like that was cool.
I've never been skydiving.
I feel I want to do it, but I'm also
Okay.
scared of jumping out of a plane.
A really not normal answer. It's not as serious. Like when there's a storm.
When there's a storm.
When it's storm. I love storms because
I like the rainy weather as well.
A lot of people are like scared of lightning and thunder.
Oh no, I like it.
Exactly.
If it's raining and it's not thundering or lightning, then
it's
I'm
boring.
like, why is it even raining?
But
oh, I'm driving. It's a different story though.
Makes it feel as if the world could end at any moment.
I kind of see that.
So it's kind of like I don't know.
You just like it when it rains.
Yeah, I like the rain.
Again, a true Wednesday Addams quote. No, I like
I'm
that
writing a
rain.
scene about that actually for dramatic writing right now.
Wait, so you have to write scenes?
Dude, it's so annoying though because right now we can only do like stage plays that we have to write scenes for.
So why can't you?
But next semester we get to do film. But film is so much easier to write for than stage.
How would that be easier?
Because stage you're so limited. You have to be able to create a location on a stage. And you can't have people walk and talk, and you can't have people
because
it's really hard to change location on stage.
Because of the feet that can go into the auditorium.
There's a limited amount of space on a stage.
Yeah.
With film you can move anywhere you want.
That is true.
And film also to me is a lot more realistic, whereas stage is why I quit doing theater, is because you have to be so much bigger than an average normal person. And I like writing more authentic things, but I feel like on stage you have to grab people's attention, so therefore you have to be so much bigger than an authentic person.
Do you feel like film
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Do you feel like film is that way because you have to grab their attention movement? It's kind of like TikTok nowadays. It's like you have to grab their attention.
To an extent. I feel like some American film, yes. Because I don't think anybody wants to see authentic in America. I think you would rather see an ideal what you want, and that's what grabs more viewers.
I see that because there's been some movies where I feel like has been boring as sometimes for it to watch, but it boring but very how I say it, entertaining. Does that make sense? Whereas if it was someone else watching it, they probably would be they would have turned it off. But, because there's some TikToks I'll watch being they're saying you would not make it for this entire video. I'm like, bet, challenge accepted.
I don't know. There was a drama I watched recently. Not recently, it was kind of a while ago.
a long time ago.
It was like a
She
month.
does remember her
It's like
childhood.
a month or a couple of months ago. Called My Liberation Notes. And it's essentially just about like wanting to be liberated. It's about, I don't know, it's a really nice show, and it doesn't overdo anything. It has some stereotypes, but not like to an extent where it's like, this is the only thing this person feels, or like this is the only way this person acts, kind of thing. It's a very, all the characters are very authentic to me, and they're rather ordinary in a sense.
That you can relate to them. That's what I don't like about some of these movies.
You can't relate to them.
You can't. That's like the biggest gripe I see nowadays. Like, you can't relate to their character.
Yep.
I was like, the older movies and older TV shows, you can kind of relate to at least one person on a certain level. Like,
Yeah.
I forgot what was it? I think it was Friends. That was like,
I got so bored of Friends. I stopped watching it.
No, not like the actual like show, but I did watch the actual show. But like, someone made a review of it. They're like, why is this? Actually, no, it's How I Met Your Mother, who has a spin-off of How I Met Your Father.
Yeah.
And he was comparing it to, obviously because it's a spin-off of a
My
comedy
legs
show.
are falling asleep.
We can see how short
My legs fall asleep so easily. I don't know.
See how short she is now.
I'm tiny.
She's like one of those Polly Pockets
Okay.
or Pokemon.
Anyways,
he was comparing the two TV shows, and he said, "Why is this one like? How is How I Met Your Mother better?" He didn't say better until like the very end, but like, why is this one more likable than the other one? Is because this one you have more relatable characters. It all came down to the characters basically. And I was like, okay, that's an interesting argument.
Yeah.
Because I'm always willing to give a show a shot until like it may take a while though.
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Viewpoint.
For real.
For real.
For real.
I'll drive a quarter for that one.
Okay.
What would your younger self think about you today?
What the fuck? I feel okay.
Little 5-year-old Maya, if you could time travel and go back to see your younger self, what would your younger self say about you today? I would say, holy what did you do?
I think they would. Did I just say them myself?
They? Is that what you identify as?
My bad,
now?
guys.
They? That's your pronouns.
I think
Is they.
I think young little Maya would think it's cool. I think she would think I'm cool for trying to pursue music and still doing karate. But I don't think she would look any further than that surface. So I don't think she would really care about how I'm doing mentally. I think she would just care about like what I'm doing and if I'm having fun doing it.
That's why, like, there's sometimes where I think back to when I was like a kid, like a child. I'm like, younger Will would not care about like your mental capacity or whatever. But like, what are you doing coolness wise today?
If you ask me like in my 20s, how my teenage self would think about me now, that would be an entirely different answer.
We'll be back in like 5 years. T-minus 5 years. No. 3 years. 4 years? I don't know. Math.
How old am I? Almost 17?
You're almost 17. So about 3 years. Ish. Give or take.
When I'm like out of college, you can ask me.
That'd be 20. So that would be like
20,
22, 21.
I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, wow.
Whatever. I don't like thinking about the future. Let me take small steps, please.
Future's what?
Dude, applying to colleges is so scary.
Oh, that's why.
No, I applied to my very first college I applied to. I was like, ugh. And then the rest of them I could do easily. But it's like, I don't want to go to college.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you get into your primary? I think I was talking to your mom about
I got into SCAD.
And
SCAD's not that hard to get into, though. It's like a 70-something% acceptance rate.
It's
just harder to pay for.
I'm trying to convince Vibble to try and apply.
Ugh, I'd kill myself. If I had to deal with that man for another 4 years, what are you doing, camera?
What is that one doing?
I have no idea. What does it say?
Oh, it says movie recording stopped.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, now it's going again.
Trust. Get it, I guess.
Double sync. Sync within a sync. Within a sync.
You sound like Dr. Seuss.
There's one show that, like, so I've been watching Rick and Morty, and that show is confusing to, like, while I'm sitting there, I'm watching the episode, I'm like, try and keep up with it. I'm like, what is going on? I was talking to my dad about it. He was like, yeah, you're kind of right. I was like, I had to watch the episode multiple times.
I also don't like watching shows about teenagers because
Like,
it's adults writing about teenagers.
And adults don't know how to
Exactly.
how teenagers.
And like, you might know how you acted as a teenager, but the teenagers that were born like a year after you even will act differently than you did.
Oh yeah, that's true. I feel like also depends on like your personality and character.
Yeah.
Because like me as a teenager, I'm still kind of the same way that I was as a teenager in a sense.
Gotcha.
Because you probably know I'm very like laid back.
Yeah. You're pretty chill.
I'm chill enough, but like as a teenager, I didn't want anything to do with like the other teenagers who were doing stupid.
That's what I've
shit the
noticed.
entire
There's a
time.
lot of. I like my friend group I have, but I think it's all because we've dealt with trauma, and so we're more emotionally mature. But I feel like a lot of the other people I see in my school that I still interact with just annoy the shit out of me because they're not as emotionally mature as I am.
I can see that. Because the first time I met you, I was like, okay, she's at least 18.
Yeah, I get that a lot from like
Even though you
adults when they
we both look like we're both 12.
adults when they first meet me, they think I'm really tiny, and then they like hold a conversation with me or see how I work, and they're like, oh, maybe she's older.
No, I've seen
So.
like the first time I saw you, and the first time I like chatted to you, I was like, okay, she has a very mature like personality level. But the first time I met Carolyn, I was like, okay, she's like 15.
Exactly.
And it was switch. I was like, what the fuck happened?
No, like there were times when my brother and I were closer to the same height, and we would go on trips and stuff, and the waiters would ask us if I was older. Because my brother's my brother's just an asshole. So whatever.
My brother's just a dickhead, you know.
No, for real. Anyways.
My sister. So I have two twin sisters.
Here's my wallpaper.
Two twin sisters. I said twin sisters.
Can you see this? Yeah. That's my brother.
Oh, Claire. Other camera.
We don't even look the same.
I see their resemblance.
Nah. There are other pictures.
I think I've only met your brother like twice.
I have one from when we were little, and I think we look at least a little bit more. I'm not gonna show that. I don't really care. Anyways.
I've only met your brother like twice. Maybe once.
Probably.
I've only seen Tate's parents once as well.
I was at a Target with Madison,
and
we saw Tate's parents. Not his
Here
mom.
we see in the wild.
His mom and his sisters. And we were at the Starbucks, and his mom was like, Maya? And I was like, hey. And she like had a whole entire conversation with me, and then like after we were going to go leave, and she's like, I'm Tate's mom, by the way. And I was like, oh, gotcha. Because I've been over to his house before.
Yeah, I've only met and seen his parents once.
Yeah.
That's about it. Vipples has been once.
Were you here the one time that my father came in?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You mean the other day?
That was such a jump scare.
You mean the
I
other
was
day?
in the middle of helping with class, and Mr. Mel came over and he's like, why is your dad here? And I was like, what? He's like, your dad's over there. And I was like, because I was planning to go to his house after to grab some cheesecake, and he had just like brought it to me instead, and I was like,
delivery, it's DiGiorno.
There's a reason I didn't want you to come here. It was in the middle of adult class, so all like the parents that I don't know, it was so weird.
I feel weird. Like, so my mom has only seen me teach here, I think, twice, and my dad has like popped in multiple times. I'm like, sometimes they let me know that they're coming by, and other times they just drop it. I'm like, oh, what are you guys doing here?
See, when I'm at Johns Creek, my mother works there.
But that's not.
And so when I no, because then when I do things, I'll look over and she's just like staring at me from the desk.
She's like, don't mess up, Maya.
I had to do a private lesson the other day.
Don't mess up.
I did a little private lesson.
I'm very proud
and
of you.
she, I don't know. Oh my god, freaking! Because it was with a little girl that has trouble focusing for the most part.
I'd be put with the
while
kids.
she had to go to the bathroom for a few minutes, so I let her go to the bathroom, and I was talking to her mother, and her mother was asking me questions about how do you deal with students that have trouble focusing, and like how do you get them to focus. And I was giving her these really clear, good answers because I know that that's what when there's students here that have trouble focusing, or like some of our special needs students, I'm usually the one that stays with them.
Yeah.
Because I'm just good at handling that, which I think is just from like what I've observed that works with those kind of students. But my mother took all of the credit in front of that mother because she used to work with special needs students, like as a teacher, 'cause she used to be a teacher. And she was just like, she learned that from me because I used to teach special needs students. I was like, I don't even remember ever watching you teach ever. Like, I remember when I was in preschool and you worked at our synagogue in those little teachers. And that's about it. We had classrooms at our synagogue. And she was in the classroom next to mine. And I would go in there sometimes, but I never actually watched her interact. And I also don't remember any of my childhood. Who remembers pre-K? Not me.
There's only like one memory I have, like when I was very, very young. It's traumatic, so.
Oh, slam.
Oh, yeah. At a quarter.
No, I'm
going to edit a little jar. And you dropping a quarter in there.
There's a story my mother told me about when I was in pre-K. And we had to like take.
You decided to punch a kid in the face.
We had to take like groups to the bathroom. And so she took a group of girls, including me, to the restroom. And I like lingered behind. And so my brother had to stay with me, and all the other girls left. And I was just washing my hands, and I go, "Mommy, we shouldn't say shit, right? 'Cause it's a bad word, so we shouldn't say shit." I just kept on saying it over and over and over again.
Mom,
just a little.
Mom, we shouldn't say shit. Why? Because it's a bad word, right? Yeah. That word.
I have a friend that if you say she goes, "You said the word," and it's so funny.
You said the you can't say that. It's like,
so
watch
funny.
me. It's funny now. Me and my parents were just swear all the time. I feel like my dad is not as used to like my mom swearing, but like,
oh,
I don't know. Then again, it's like
cover the logo.
They probably hear it as like still like younger me saying it, and not like because like there's some students who like I used to teach who now like it was still like close enough in age, but I remember when I was like 15 or like 10 or 8, whatever, helping, and then I hear them swear. I'm like, I remember you as being that. Yeah. That's unfair. You can't do that to me. I feel like that's how parents look at whenever.
Yeah, I get that.
Also, younger kids, like, I'm like old students. I'm like, I feel old. I wonder how my instructors feel.
I know how my instructors feel because I've had the same instructor since I was 4.
I know. You've had the same chief instructor forever.
He wrote my college recommendation finally.
He did.
I'm fully convinced he just copied and pasted the one that he wrote for Cameron Comrie. I'm fully convinced because that shit was long. And I was like, ain't no way.
He's like, where can I find... Oh, there it is. Copy. Paste.
So stupid. Anyways. Whatever. I don't even remember what we were talking about in the first place.
See, that's why I like conversations, is that they just flow into each other.
Sorry, looking at the mic. 420. Sorry, the mic says 420.
Yeah, that's why I like these mics. That's the only reason why... No, I'm kidding. That's not the only reason why I bought them. Imagine if it was.
That'd be so funny.
Actually, that's what I'm going to go with, is because it had 420 on it. That's why I bought it.
For real? Ooh, my ankle just popped.
Oh, and that's your bad ankle.
I really hope that they got that the mic picked that up.
I hope that too.
That was kind of satisfying.
My ankles can't pop anymore. Because how many times I've shattered my feet.
Oh. I would think that it would pop more then.
No, it doesn't pop. Like my left side won't pop anymore. Like I have to make sure. Like, if it does pop, it'll pop with a bit of pain in there.
Oh, damn. There's ghosts.
There's a ghost in the building.
Spooky.
But yeah, how many times have you broken your foot? Because I feel like we're the same.
Well,
injuries.
I've never broken it. It's just I've had a lot of like minor-ish injuries on it. Like I've sprained it way too many times from martial arts. There was a time where I had Sever's disease. My growth plate was inflamed at some point, and then I think what like set it over the edge was back this March. We did a production of Mamma Mia, and we had like a little wall that it wasn't very little, it was ginormous. It was a literal wall. It was
this tiny wall that was like,
no, it was
like this by this and by
it was like
this.
a literal wall that we used as a door for, it was a really close set anyways. But I had to close it, and I completely just like ran it over my foot. And
nice.
Yeah, and then I got surgery in September. Woohoo.
Oh, that's the story behind it?
Well, it was a lot of...
I thought you had to, like...
Well, they talked about...
I thought it was because of martial arts that you had to, like, get surgery.
It was literally because I had built up injuries. Because when you injure your ankle, your ligaments stretch, and then they heal stretched. So the more that you have, the more they stretch out. Gotcha. And so mine had just stretched out way too far, and my bones were fucking hitting each other. It was stupid. And so they just shortened my ligaments. There's a scar. You want to see my scar? No, you've seen my scar.
I've seen your scar before.
I like my scar.
But put a picture up somewhere.
Yes, because you have a picture of my foot somewhere. That's weird.
No, she's going to give me the picture of her foot.
What the fuck?
And then I can put it on Feet Finder. And and we can make millions.
No, because I have martial artist feet.
That is true.
Anyways.
See, I thought that you would have to get surgery because you'd just been kicking wrong your entire life. Because that's what my instructor... Because my instructor had to get his hip replaced because at the age of like 30-something because he's been kicking wrong his entire life.
Oh, that's whack. Okay, hot take. I like room temperature water.
Why?
I feel like cold water is like makes my mouth dry.
I'm not gonna argue with that because there's been times where I come in here and I like the water that's sitting out the entire day, and I've water in my car, and because of it's winter, it's like cold. Like, if this is summer, I would kind of appreciate it more, but I don't as much.
Yeah.
Or ice water.
Yeah. I don't know. Ew, excuse me.
I like the water being like kind of cold. That's it.
I don't.
Kinda. It's like if you go one way, it's room temperature. If you go the other way, then it's too cold. Also, how many titles do you have since?
My what?
Because you're district champion.
Oh.
Creative.
Too many.
Too many.
Because
you started competing at the age of what?
Like 6. 7. I don't fucking know.
Again, your mom forced you.
Ask my mother or Mr. Vanek. I don't know. Oh, my ankle popped again.
I hope the camera picked up that one.
I'm honestly not entirely sure. I have quite a few. Like I was watching an interview the other day, and it
wasn't this one though.
No. Anyways, it was a dude that used to do taekwondo. He's like a celebrity now or whatever. And they were like, how many medals do you have? And he was like, like 2 per tournament. It's like maybe 60. And I was over there sitting so confused because I was like, as soon as they asked that question, I started thinking about how many I have. And I was like, I can't even count that. I have way too many. The last time I counted was when I was like 12 or 13, and it was like 120 something. And I used to have them all on like an entire like little rack thing, but it started to like
Yeah.
hang down, so I had to take them all
Take
off.
it down.
And they're just like sitting at my house now.
Yeah, my
In a
sister's.
big box.
My
And I have
sister's.
trophies too,
Oh, you have.
because I have the world champion trophies.
Oh yeah.
Except I'm not a world champion. Are they from nationals? They might be from nationals. I don't know.
Districts, nationals,
I'm not
something.
entirely sure. But I have one from. I'll send you pictures later. They're cool.
I was gonna say, my sisters have been competing in competitive gymnastics for, I don't know, since they were like 5. I don't know, a very long time. And so when we had to move, there were just hundreds of medals.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them. So
Yeah. It's crazy.
because funny, sometimes at meets, like one would get first place, the other one would get second place, and then next time they would like switch, or like one
Yeah.
sister would always get this and the other one would always get that.
Mm.
I found it funny until
It
they
is kind of funny.
until one decided to get surgery on her elbow, and then one broke her back.
Oh. Damn.
Sports is not
Yeah.
for the faint of heart.
It's a really. It sucks ass when you hurt yourself.
Hence
Because
being
like I was.
in a booth
Well, both of us. Yeah.
for a
But-
month.
My thing is that I was unable to come in. I could have fully been able to do stuff still on my boot, but I physically couldn't because it was my right foot and I couldn't drive myself here. You could because it was your left foot and you could still do stuff.
Oh no! Do you remember last year, like after like my left foot healed and my right foot broke,
Oh, yeah.
and Bella was like, "You broke another foot?" I was like, "Yeah," and I was so pissed when it happened as well.
I'm just so annoying. No, literally the other day, last Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Pretty sure. I think it was Legacy.
The one that Belle
Master
taught?
Bell was like, "Do you have enough energy to take class?" I was like, "Energy, yes. Capability." And then he just cut me
Maybe.
off. And he was like, "Okay, then join class." And so I was made to join class. And then I could barely do any of the drills that we were doing. And we did a lot of partner drills. And I felt so bad for my partner because I was like, I couldn't do any of this because it was like literally jump reverse hook kicks.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, it was stupid. So I was literally sitting there watching her being exhausted because if we were just standing there, he would get mad at us. And so I was like about to cry in the middle of class. It's the worst feeling when you're watching other people do what you really love to do when you physically cannot.
Oh, that's how I was. Like
It sucks. I wanted to fucking kill myself.
because I was on crutches for a month.
Yeah.
I was in a boot for a month,
Mm.
and then I went from the boot to like what you're in
What the
now.
fuck? Why did that car park like that? What the hell? What is that? No. Are they still in their car? That's so
Yeah.
funny. No.
That,
Oh wait, that camera did it too.
no. Camera A is
Damn.
down.
Trust.
Oh, the
Careful.
card is full.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Watch, we're gonna do a camera
Oh,
swap.
trust.
Quarter.
No,
That's what I say. I say quarter.
nah, fam.
Nah, fam.
Nah.
I'm moving.
I can sing, I promise.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you though?
Right now. I have to start working on my audition for Berkeley. I don't even want to audition for Berkeley. I don't know why I applied to Berkeley. It's not the program that I want. I want to go for music production. And then they were like, our only option was composition. And so I chose composition. And then they had you choose like a sub one. And it was like a bunch of instruments or vocal. And I was like, I could put piano. But if I put piano, they're going to expect me to play something classical. OMG, hey.
Go to the next one.
So I did vocals instead. But I don't really want to do that. What time is it? Oh, trust.
It's 12. 12:08.
He should come join us. Come here, Alex. Give him one of these ones.
Oh no, he's next after you.
He should join us.
He's very funny though.
Anyways. Alex knows majority of my life story. Our kids didn't believe me that I grew up with him. Did I tell you that?
I mean,
Like, some of our kids, like Cooper specifically, came up to me and he was like, that dude's my favorite so far. And I was like, I figured. I grew up with him. And he's like, nah, no you didn't.
he's like, nah, you did. There's like some like friends of mine that are also the same. Like, you knew them and was like, yeah.
Just annoying. Just because I don't have world titles doesn't mean I can't be friends with the world champion.
We're besties.
I placed 4th in the world once. I was kind of close.
I was close-ish.
Anyways.
Well, do you have anything that you want to say?
No. Don't get it.
Don't care. Well, thank you for being on.
You're welcome.
I can make bread now. I can,
Okay.
especially off of the feet finder.
No. I'm not sending you a picture of my scar. That's weird. It'll be a zoomed in picture.
Yep.
That way you can't see my toes. I'll
Okay.
censor my toes.
Censor the toes.
Yeah.
I see that on TikTok a lot. People are like, no freebies.
No, when I had a cast instead, my friends would like constantly be covering my toes. So I ended up like getting a really stretchy fuzzy sock and just putting over it. It was really
I
funny.
remember that. Because one time you didn't have it, another time you did, I was like, why did you cover your toes?
Yep.
You're like, because it's weird. I was like,
Yep.
you're weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, appreciate you coming on.
Trust.
And then, I don't know. Have fun doing your audio stuff.
Bro, I'm gonna kill myself. They didn't believe me that I could read Korean. Because their set list has a song in Korean. And they were like, don't worry about it because it's in Korean. I was like, I can read Korean. They were like,
Gasp.
a white girl can
A
speak
white girl.
Korean. Oh,
White girl can do this.
a little Jewish white girl.
Oh, Jewish white girl can
Little
read,
Jewish white girl.
can read Korean.
Teching a
And speak
Christmas
Korean.
show. Yeah. Anyways.
If you liked this video podcast, hit the like button. Tell them to hit the like button. Camera A.
Hit your mom.
Don't do that.
Don't actually hit your mom.
Or maybe do. I don't, just we didn't tell you to. Also subscribe and follow me on Spotify.
Don't do it.
Do it. Do it. Anyways.
Am I done now?
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Trust.
Trust. Another quarter.
Where do you want this? Take your mic back. Oh my god.
Double trouble.
Hey. Oh, baby mic.
No baby mic.
No baby mic.
Baby mic.
It's warm.
Baby